And some new concerns as dry conditions continue to worsen across our area. New data from the U.S. Drought Monitor shows Mecklenburg County is now facing severe to extreme drought, and that's just not impacting lawns. It's also putting stress on local trees, especially those newly planted and more vulnerable to heat and rain. So joining us today is local arborist Matt Betz.
Morning.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
He is here to talk about some simple tips you need to know to protect your trees. So Matt, first let's talk about, with the drought that's impacting so many things, what is the impact we're seeing on trees locally?
It's starting to have a pretty big impact, honestly, especially trees that were planted within the last, let's say the last year, but definitely within the last 6 months. A lot of these newly planted trees, the root balls are so fragile. They're like, if you pull a tree out of a container or out of a balled and burlap sack, that's where all the roots are. So it takes a matter of days of dry weather for those roots to start drying up and then become stressed. And it's hard to reverse that sometimes. So water's pretty critical right now.
So how do you know your tree is at a level where you need to, amp up what you're doing?
I mean, if you start to see outward signs, so like leaves curling or looking burned or losing leaves prematurely, or maybe it's not leafing out at all yet, that's a sign that something's going on. But you can also, you want to get ahead of that. So you want to be on top of your watering, because by the time you start to see signs, it may be too late to reverse it.
Let's talk about those newly planted trees. I know those are at risk typically the most. What are some things that people can do?
Definitely. Water's critical. So we've got a couple options. I brought kind of a prop here to utilize. So this is a watering bag that you can get this locally through like a landscape supplier. You can get it online, $20 a piece or so. So what this does, it allows you to place it around the tree, and you can fill this bag up with, I think it's about 25 gallons of water. And then it's got little pinholes in the bottom of it that puts the water right where it needs to go. So especially right now when we're hearing about potential regulations on water, you don't want to be wasteful and just have a hose sitting out there. So this allows the water to seep out where it needs to be. Or if you don't have the means to do this, put a hose at the base of the tree and just let it trickle out. And it may only put 10 gallons out over the course of a few hours, but it goes right where it needs to, and that's the best thing for the trees.
Okay, love that demonstration you just did. Okay, in addition to resources that you can use, let's talk about mulch. How critical is that when it comes to drought? Does that affect things as well for tree health?
It does. I mean, mulch it's like an insulator, so it's going to help hold moisture in. So if you have a good layer of mulch, you don't want to go overboard because that can have a negative impact too. A couple of inches of mulch pulled away from the base of the tree, and that's going to help retain some of that moisture and act like a kind of a sponge that's going to hold it in there longer. So that's pretty critical as well.
All right, Matt Betz, local arborist. We're so thankful you joined us this morning.
Thank you. Appreciate you having us.